Okay, so I'm going to tell you how a super empath breaks the narcissist without even saying a word. This is the greatest punishment for a narcissist. It isn't revenge, it's irrelevance, exposure. Yes, but more than that. Emotional starvation dressed as silence. A super empath doesn't fight fire with fire. They let the narcissist burn alone. They don't shout, beg, or plead. They simply just see the truth and walk away from it, the game. You see, the narcissist thrives on chaos, control, attention, any attention. To them, your fury is dessert. Your explanations are a 3-course meal. Your heartbreak is a buffet. But a super empath, they stop feeding the beast. They don't torture by attacking. They torture by healing. Because there is nothing more terrifying to a manipulator than someone they can't manipulate anymore. The narcissist doesn't conquer with strength. They conquer with distortion. Little psychological paperclips that bleed your reality dry. They don't kick down doors, they whisper poison through the keyholes. Backhanded compliments, guilt-laced questions, a maze of emotional sabotage wrapped in concern. They want a reaction. They want your reaction, not your heart. They plant confusion, not to kill you, but to get you to kill your own clarity. And when you start explaining, justifying, defending, you've already lost. You've stepped into their fun house. The fun house of mirror, walls. It's a world that where up is down, and your truth doesn't matter unless they say so. And here's the thing. You don't recognize yourself anymore. You tiptoe. You doubt. You dissolve. This is the brilliance of their strategy. It's covert. They don't use weapons. They use you, your empathy, your peacekeeping, your desperate hope that love will fix it. But that's what keeps you stuck. You don't fight, you reflect. You don't leave, you reach in. And that softness is the perfect leash, because the narcissist doesn't want healing. They want dominance wrapped in a hug. And they know the empath will keep offering both until they don't. That's when the real power kicks in. When the super empath stops explaining, stops apologizing, stops reacting. When the silence isn't from pain, but from power. Not a secure distance. They don't realize walls, don't raise walls out of rage. They build boundaries from self-respect. And those boundaries don't shout. They exist. And in that existence, the narcissist collapses. They'll bait you with love, guilt trip you with nostalgia, slander, blame, beg. It's all a performance to regain access to your emotional bloodstream. But when a super empath detaches, truly detaches, when they heal the wound instead of scratching the access vanishes. And the narcissist doesn't spiral because they're being left. They spiral because they can no longer control the narrative. The super empath doesn't win by fighting harder. They win by refusing to play. They reclaim their nervous system. They return to their breath. They stop being a mirror for the narcissist's chaos, become a mirror for their own truth. And they wake up, not to fix, but to rise. They sit up with silence, not from despair, but from discipline. They journal, they breathe, they rebuild. And the narcissist, watching, waiting, starving. They expected fireworks, they got a blackout. They expected rage, they got rhythm. They expected to be chased. But no one's running, because the empath has gone quiet. And not the kind of quiet that comes from hurt, the kind that comes from freedom. They become emotionally invisible, not out of fear, but out of clarity. And clarity, to a narcissist, is a death sentence, because without your confusion, they have no control. Without your energy, they have no fuel. And when the empath no longer reacts, no longer tries to be understood, validated, forgiven, they become untouchable. The narcissist begins to unravel. Not because the empath broke them, but because the empath stopped holding them together. There's no stage left, no audience, no script. The empath has rewritten the ending, and they wrote themselves out. This is the final act. No explosion, no last word, just stillness. Stillness that starves, stillness that stings, stillness that wins. So if you're that empath, understand that your silence isn't weakness. It's the sharpest sword you'll ever wield. It's strategy. It's survival. It's sovereignty. You don't destroy the narcissist by becoming the narcissist. You destroy their illusion by becoming you. Fully, freely, unapologetically, No revenge, just release. No scream, just silence. And in that silence, they'll feel the one thing they've always feared the most. Your peace. Because it's real. And they can't, and they can never fake it.